The sex is a way. What you say depends on the individual. What you mean?
Well, it depends on the individual because first of all, different cultures, different religion, different backgrounds, right? Because in some culture, sex is promiscuous. You understand? So it's taught in the music, the film. Like for example, some people leave their kids to watch TV, anything that comes on the TV.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? And they don't limit it. They don't give the kids TV, what you call it, children's program. And children are involved in adult conversation. So right there, children right now, their minds open up to the sex because they keep hearing it in the music.
True.
They keep hearing it from adults.
True.
So this is when you have to teach them about responsibility and what comes with sex. Abortion. Like for example, in 2010, the cases of abortion in the UK were 13 million a year.
Wow. 13 million
a year.
That's so 13 million lives.
13 million lives lost. So everything, it comes back to people, and it comes back to the thing with mental health, right? Because if someone's committing an abortion, obviously it's gonna stay on the mind because the conscience gonna ask questions, right? Yeah, the conscience gonna ask questions, and that's just the human makeup, right? So the thing is, what we do is prevention before intervention.
And how to prevent is to teach.
Exactly. So you can teach the kids the responsibility, what happened, because just like anything else.
But me not cut you. But in the school, do you think it's right for them to be taking up that responsibility of teaching our kids about sex? Because
no.
Okay.
Well, if the children come to the teacher and wants to talk to a teacher about it, then yes. But it's the parents' role and responsibility, because this is such a thing what they call the taboo. Which is a subject or a topic where parents don't like get into when it comes to their children.
True.
Do you know what I mean?
True.
So you need not only to be a parent, but you need to also be a friend. You also to have the relationship between you and your children, that they can come to you and talk about anything.
But I find that very hard because, you know, I'm a dad of girls, all girls. So right there, so now when you look on the situation now, it's hard for the girls them talk to me about certain situation. You get me? I'm gonna expect them to a certain degrees, and to be honest, like I say, it's a taboo situation because it's a bit uncomfortable if you even think about your daughter talking to you, or me to think about my daughter talking to me about sex, when I just the other day them a little pitney, you understand me? I said to you, but reality is they won't stay the same always.
No.
But I think it's wrong for the school them to take it up on their head for start feel like them are teach our kids them. Yeah,
because at the end of the day, sex is sex. No matter what. But everybody have a different, even old sex, the sexual ideas, and you know, where people have the same sex. It's not everybody will accept it. Do you know what I mean? There's a difference between what we say tolerance and acceptance.
True that.
Right? You know, you live in a multicultural society. It's not everything that a man's gonna come to you religiously gonna accept.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Or his way of life. With the thing with the children, especially fathers and girls, if there's no female role model that they can look up to, then it's the dad's responsibility to slowly inject these things into their mindset that I'm your father. I'm a human being. I had mothers, I had sisters, and I know when it comes to their time of the month, I know I would go out and buy even sanitary towels. Do you know what I mean? So it's nothing wrong with that. Do you know what I mean? So these things, you need to let them understand that it's just normal.
So without cutting you, like, you know, cause so for example now, a kid have two parents, a father and a mother. So for example, the father are somebody where them probably feel like say, okay, them cannot have certain conversation with. But what if the mom is of a certain character per se, who have a certain tolerance per se about certain behavior, which me and you probably see as not an acceptable behavior in some sense, because at the same time we would have said, all right then, I don't want my daughter learn about this and that in there. But at the same time, the mom probably have a different perspective and say, okay, yeah man, she alright for watch this and she alright for watch that. Because I'm driving my kids to school and I'm telling you this, I'm listening to the, so check it. My kids come in my car, me have my music on. Okay, it's not appropriate. Me have to change it. So what me do? Go on the radio. Okay, now me on the radio. me I hear a song on the radio, which is even worse than the song that I had on in my car. No, the song when I have in my car, the worst thing I gonna say is probably 2 swearing words. But these songs that me I hear in the car talk about Megan Thee Stallion and she a do this and Cardi B a do that and all these things. I say no. So I don't know which one is more than the other. Well, I don't know.
First of all, we have to look at children as children, right? We want children to be children. We don't want to take away children's innocence, right? In the cartoons, they have messages that they send to the kids, right? The children go to school and they come back and the parents have to undo what the school has done to the children, things that they're teaching the children. So if you have a parent who is just loose, anything goes, right? Then it's down to the other parents, which basically not everything goes, to try and undo it. Because it's hard work. But
sometimes the kids gonna lead to that easy side because you know
they will lead, but they will grow up regretting it.
Okay.
Do you understand what I mean? They will regret it because morals. If you don't have morals, you know different. To be honest with you, if you don't have morals, it's no different than animals.
But that's a question now, yeah. Do you think everyone's got morals?
No.
Okay.
No, unfortunately, no, not.
Exactly. So this is a big issue because I believe so morally. What some people accept, some people won't, because at the same time, we're talking about sex and we're talking about kids and that, So this is how I believe that a lot of them come and have less or liquor morals because they start learning about sex too early. So certain things is acceptable to them, or they think it is. And therefore, at the end of the day, they come up and grow up to be or to accept or to do certain things in a certain manner where people will find will find morally wrong. You understand me? And while they will see no issues doing it. For example, you have some girl will come here right now while we're on the camera and she will do X, Y, and Z to my man over there. You understand what I'm saying to you? Yeah? But technically, if she have moral, she would know not to do that. You get me? Yeah?
Exactly.
Yeah, so
but what you need to understand as well is every human being has a brain.
Yeah.
Right? And sometimes the brain, it will what you will call it, decipher. It will with right and what is wrong, right? And if a man does something wrong, then later on it will affect you in the later years, psychological problems.
Yeah, one way or another. Yeah.
So the thing is, in society, not because everyone is doing it, you have to do it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Society in a whole, if you ask anybody, the politician, which one can you trust? They'll say, well, we can't trust no politician. Yeah, but still you vote them in, right? Yeah, you vote for them, but you can't trust them.
Yeah.
So society, you can't trust society. You can't follow everything in society and everything goes. You know, like the Romans, everything mix and mingle up. Do you know what I mean? So the children, basically, you can try your best, but at least when you try and you keep trying, and if they decide to follow you or not to follow you, then you can say at least you've done the best that you can do.
But don't you think the system's got that hold on the kids where basically, because they got the kids more than us, because our kids are at school, X, Y, Z, and when they're home, they're sleeping, you get what I'm saying to you? So therefore, they're in school, the school have our kids more than we do. So therefore, they have more influence on our kids more than we do.
Of course they do.
So therefore, at the end of the day, whatever them tell those kids at school, like I said, unwinding it will be a task.
Of course, but the best example you can give and teach children or teach people is your mannerism.
Yeah.
Is your mannerism, right? Because if a person is a person with respect, your mannerism is good in the street, good conduct, you teach your children good, right? That itself is a lesson you're teaching your kids, right? It's not just lip service, right? So you can teach your kids, explain it to them, but then you act upon it.
Yes.
Right? So that way,
lead by example.
Exactly. So that way the children were more, once they start reaching puberty and they start knowing what is right and what is wrong, they will say automatically, you know, my father, the only right person I see who act certain way and do certain things and do the right thing is my father or my mother. Do you know what I mean? So they will either follow them, but when they step off a line, what they call fall off the rails, then they will come back and they say, you know what, I fell off the rails because I wasn't listening to my mother, I wasn't listening to my father. So it's the character. Do you know what I mean? But you have to let them know what is right and wrong.
What is wrong, yeah. At least you teach them.
Yeah, so when they go to school and they learn all of this and they come back, you don't shout at them. You don't say this is wrong and this is, you give them an example, right? You ask them a question. What you think daddies can have, for example, daddies can have baby, can give birth? And they will say, no, men can't give birth. It's only a woman thing. Do you know what I mean? So these things you have to slowly ask them these questions and see what they say.
Yeah, and make them have their own common sense.
Exactly. Exactly. And they will decipher what is right and what is wrong. Do you know what I mean? Society said this, not because everybody is doing it. That means we have to follow. Yeah, we can be leaders and not followers. Lead by example. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, but it's a hard job. It's a hard job, but that's what parenting is. It's not just it's not just a 1 day thing or a 1 week thing.
But I believe if the system didn't have so much say in the not even the system as in the school, because the school is the system. But I'm saying because I wasn't happy when me hear my kids them tell me say yo them a learn about sex at school, and I'm thinking yo. Them don't need to learn about that. That's not necessary because right now all they need to do is go to school and learn. No, they will say the teachers at school will say otherwise. Like, oh yeah, if you don't teach them now, then they won't. But what I'm saying to you is, it's like this. Does the kids then worry about the light bill? No, they don't. Do they worry about rent? No, they don't. Do they worry about buying food? No, they don't. Why? Because they don't need to. That's not their problem at the moment. You get me? Yeah? So it's the same way I see sex. Should they be worrying about sex? Yeah, should they be thinking about sex? No, you get me? Yeah, because at the end of the day, this is not in their thing. When they get to a certain age, now the next question would be, what would I consider the right age? I would say 12, 13, you get me? Yeah, would have been the age we run about puberty. Yeah, when they would be able to take that conversation, yeah, or just before puberty, you get me? Yeah, but having certain conversation beforehand, I don't think it's right because I think it's like 1 second super kick. It's like telling somebody say no. Watch this. They said you give a person ideas. So you wasn't thinking say yeah mate you could have jumped through that window there. But now because me mention it, you start think about it. If the kids wasn't thinking about it, you get me? Yeah,
you're right because but you have to look at the people who basically running the world, right? So the people who are in control, it's not all the teachers want to teach the children this thing about sex, but it's the curriculum. So they have to follow what the government guidelines and what the government said and what the head teacher said or what this person says, right? So basically we have a society of robots, So everybody, I see you do it, we're sheep basically, you know what I mean? Sheep following each other, bar running down the street, do you know what I mean? But the children, they started learning these things from day one. When you leave them to watch Walt Disney, right? If you go back and you check a lot of these people, Walt Disney and all these people, a lot of them were pedophiles. Do you know what I mean? So you're leaving them to watch all these, they live happily ever after, and the kissing and the caressing. What do kids need to know about kissing and all of that? So it starts from people leaving the children to accept whatever they see and think it's normal. Their birthday parties, my daughter's got a boyfriend. Why are you putting that in there? So you're blaming the teachers and it starts from home.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, who's your boyfriend now? Bust a wine. Look how my little daughter can wine.
All these slackness,
so all
you
these
get me?
You are putting it into them. So once at a certain age, at the 12 and 13, they get pregnant, and then you now start cussing them and beating them when you are the one who put that in their mind.
You put them on that platform.
Yeah, but the school itself, right? You have to remember that the politicians or the government or the school, they look at how some of the children are also behaving.
Yeah, true.
Right? So the children that are learning this thing at home and they're bringing it into the school.
So that's why they might get a mutual ground.
Yeah, exactly. But it's not for them to teach the children about these things. No. The parents need to have a platform. They need to have a group where they get together, come together and work on these issues.
True.
And this is why I'm saying parents need to try and find out what's going on at the schools. Be a part of the governing, what you call it, the
governing body,
at the school. Know what's going on, what they're teaching. You know what I mean? What they're allowing to, what is right and what is wrong according to the school. Who's coming in the school? Who they're giving jobs in the school? And stuff like get on it. You know, I don't do it myself, but I know my wife does it. You know, my wife's a governor at one of the primary schools, so she try and find out and put ideas. You know, put our own ideas. What if and what if not? Do you know what I mean? But people need to monitor what their children are watching.
Yeah.
Don't leave them with a phone.
You know my idea is, I believe if it was kids making cartoon, then cartoon would be
clean.
Yeah. See? Yeah. But the problem that we have with cartoon is adults going in sick minds, creating mini characters, and then having these mini characters saying adult stuff. Because remember, you know, it's not a kid speaking in these characters, you know. It's all adult. The only way you could get that is unless you get into a kid's frame of mind. See, and you're not a kid. Yeah? So therefore you're going to slip out every now and then.
Exactly.
Because it's just natural. Exactly. It's just that me and you there, so now we are Jamaican, we still attack English, but every so often the yard thing come out because it's natural. That's just how it is.
That's the natural makeup. But what I'm saying as well, right? If you look at our society, Hollywood and all of them, how they base the films, the movies, you have 12, right? For 12-year-old, right? Yeah. And 15 and all of that. But all of this wrong. All of this wrong. What who give them the right to tell you what a 12-year-old should be watching and what a 12-year-old can watch?
Yeah, you're right.
When man swearing and carrying on in it, naked people in it. Do you know what I mean? So you're mashing up their mindset from day one. True.
But you see, this is why the matter is a society control the thing, because you see, the man them go, them have the control now, them have the angle, you know. See, that's why you say, like you say, them give a curriculum and say this is what you need to do. Follow this curriculum, because if you don't, then you don't have a job. And now them have to follow down the line and teach our kids now these things within their principle, which we don't see as anything that important, as in, you get me, but at the same time, because of the system, we have to send the kids to school.
Yeah, but if you look at people, influential people in the past, if you look at Martin Luther King, if you look at Malcolm X, he started out at one man. Even if you go back to the biblical thing with Jesus, he started out at one man. Yeah, one man took on the whole society, the whole world, right, for what they believe in. What you call Nelson Mandela, right? So why we can't do the same? Because we believe in something, we know it's not right. So why we have to accept everything that is wrong? Why we can't stand up? You have to be different. Do you know what I mean? You can't be the same.
Because most of who are running the world have a carnal mind and want to think like them. So they teach people to think like, oh, they think. So it's a carnal minded people running the world.
Tell you a saying, man. What one man said, a man was asked in the past, one of those men back in the days, so they call them prophets or righteous men, he was asked, he said, a man came to him and a man said to him, give me something that I can use to protect myself against the devil, Satan, for example, give me some ammunition. The man turned to him and said, the only ammunition that you need to have is to know that the devil exists. If you know that the devil exists, then at least you know. But if you know that your enemy exists, if you know that this is what they're trying to do to the children, mess them up, do you know what I mean? Then you can have a defense mechanism to protect yourself and protect your children.
But I know you used some great examples before, as in fighting the system. But right now, can really one man really take on the system? Maybe that's why nobody fight no more. Because when a man really look on it right now, the man they might tell themselves, so hear me, yo. As soon as a man start talking, and get sweep up and gone.
One man word can change the world, you know.
But look on the whole thing. Look on the whole thing.
You know, see, when a man do a music, it hits and go millions.
Soon as you start talking,
one man can change it.
Soon as you start rebelling against certain things, there's certain ways that you have to do it. Right? For example, certain ways that you have to do it. Social media now is a platform for you voice your concern. You talk about how you feel, about the whole thing of the whole system. It's not about rebelling against the system where you're gonna what you call it, loot, burn down buildings and all of that. You know what I mean? Diplomatical ways you can deal with this issue. You know, because you can reach out to people through social media. You know what I mean? But people, we need to understand that we're not sheep, brethren. We're not sheep. This is not some businessman, some sales thing where a man use the sheep factor. Or your neighbors bought gas from British Gas, and you can do the same. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to work that way. We are all of our own individual minds, brethren. Even mental health. Why is mental health so kind of what you call it, risen so much in the past decades, in the years now? Mental health has skyrocketed.
Why you think cause that?
Because people we're living like, we're not living like human beings. We're not living like human beings. Look how we work. Yeah? You don't really switch off from out your head.
Yeah.
Your head constantly running. You're sleeping at night, you're trying to sleep at night, and your mind's thinking about your business.
Yeah, but
your mind's thinking about the bills.
But some people will say that because you are a very active person, that's how you think. But not everyone think like that, because some people genuinely get up every day and them not really think about certain things in certain way, like how you would have probably do, and think say, yo, you have X, Y, for God do. No, you're there, so you watch the time, you watch all of it. Some people will tell themselves, yeah, sure, you know what? Because when you check it out, you know, yeah, you ever see how a dog live? A dog no worry about nothing. Get up and him eat and him like, me as a man, as a youth, me used to look on them things and I lie, and more time I see the dog now do nothing, and I say, John, no. I wish more was a dog, you know. Because I don't have to do nothing, because I just lie down. All I do is eat and lie down, and if a boy come through the gate, I rush him. You see me? As a juvenile, I used to think these things and think dog have one of the easiest life. You see me? But then you have some human being, we're thinking of the same frame of mind. You see me? Because right now, you know, we're there so right now, you know, and something pop down, you know. And some man don't move, you know. See? Because of how his mind is. To him, it doesn't really matter. He has whether it's a drop down or whether it's not a drop down. You understand me? Which is, you are super quick good at say, you know what? Thing I drop down, you know, I hold it up. I push it up. It just depends on how a man's mind is.
Yeah, well, you see the mindset still. The mindset, because every country and every country, every region in the world that people live, them have a different mindset. Even in England, you might go to a different city and them do things a different way. But on a whole, what you call it, overall, they have an English mentality. Even us Jamaican who live in the UK for a long time, we have a slight bit of English mentality compared to the ones in Jamaica.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? But the thing is, we have to strike a balance. Yeah, we have to remember that this earth gives us everything. Yeah, everything that we get is from the earth. We're not getting it from outer space. You know what I mean? We're getting it from the earth. So we need to enjoy the earth itself, including myself. I'm talking to myself because my ears is closer to my mouth than you. See? We need time where we can spend time with nature. Yeah, how many people go and go to some, what you call it, some go camping, or go to some woodlands, or go to somewhere just to even chill.
Well, everybody can go.
But people need to make the time.
For more than one reason. Because if everybody go, it have full up.
No. You have enough green space. You have enough green space. First of all, we're not looking after ourselves.
Yeah.
We're not looking after ourselves.
Yeah.
And we get miserable. Yeah. And one of the worst things a human being can do is self-dislike.
Now what's that? How you explain that?
If you dislike yourself, right? And sometimes you dislike yourself, maybe you get yourself involved in some stupid things where you know it's not right for you. Yeah?
But that's a mental bit, isn't it?
Yeah, so basically when you look in the mirror, you don't like what you see in the mirror. And that's the part that's caused depression.
Yes.
You know, whether it be some social media, you know, I don't look this way, I wish my nose was like this, women, I wish my boobs was like this, I wish my bum was like this. And then you start disliking yourself because of what you see in the media. You know what I mean? So then that causes some kind of negative, you know, chemical imbalance in your body, and it affects your mind. Yeah, food that we eat affects our mind. Do you know what I mean? But we need to live, because we're not living. We're just existing.
But do you think they're putting something in the food to make the black people them go mental though?
Obviously, brother. I mean, look, you have let's say for example, if a man have mental health problems and he go to his GP, right?
Yeah.
The medication that they might give you and give to a white person, you have different side effects.
Yeah.
Black people don't really work that well on black people. Do you know what I mean? It might work on a white person, but it don't work the same way on a black person. It might even make them suicidal or even worse.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we'll talk about something in the food. Don't even worry about something in the food, Bridget. Something in the water.
But we don't drink them water that we drink. Okay, you mean any water?
No matter what water you get. Because even if it's spring water, it's not spring water. Sometimes it's just boiled water from the tap. Do you know what I mean? And the thing you do with the water, you can filter the water, but if you take out the electrolytes out of the water, the water is not that good anymore.
So what about when you boil it?
When you boil it, even when you boil it, it can even kill certain properties in the water. Certain minerals in the water is dead. Do you know what I mean? But boiling it is good.
So how you think them are do it? You think them are give it in the water or in the food?
Water, the food, the air where you breathe, even your clothes sometimes. You wear all your clothes and sometimes your clothes itch you.
Yeah, but me I talk about if for that I go for you, I go for the whole people them because I go for black and white.
The best thing what I can say, we live in our system, I would say we live in a Babylon.
Yeah.
Right? If you live in a Babylon, Bridget, most things you don't have to accept. You don't accept it, but you're living and you breathe in the same air. That you can't accept. Right? You breathe in the same air. You accept that. Yeah, you're drinking the same water, whether it be from bottled water, that you accept that. Certain food that the supermarket sell, they won't even give it to you. And there is no such thing as organic, because I'm gonna tell you about organic this, organic. You never seen it. Yeah? How can you have something that's organic and the grape, it doesn't have any seeds? The orange doesn't have any seeds, but it's organic.
How is it?
Yeah? Because it is still genetically modified.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? But all of this thing affecting your physical being, your mental well-being, because, brethren, hormones imbalance. Yeah? Some people don't even yawn, brethren.
Yeah.
Because the body is not relaxed. Your mind is not relaxed. You know, we don't take time to, what we call, even meditate. You know, one of the best things to help you sleep at night is even reading. How many people reading, brethren? We sit on our phone and we skip, we swipe left, we swipe right, we skip, we scroll along, we like this, we comment on this, we watch TV up till bedtime, and then when we can't sleep, we wake up and angry with ourselves. Why the hell I can't sleep? I've been lying down for 5-6 hours and I can't switch off. But you should need to switch off your phone. You need to switch off your head. You need to go and relax. Get out of your brain for a second.
You say you need to switch off your phone first.
Switch off your phone. Do you know what I mean? Why you up on your phone up till 11, 12 o'clock at night? Yeah? And the light from your phone fool your brain and I knock off the circadian rhythm where I tell your brain says daytime.
It's daytime.
Yeah? And then you can't sleep. Certain food at night not even supposed to eat. Stay away from seafood, certain thing high in protein, where your body working hard to try and digest it.
So like what?
Cheese and prawns.
No
anything that's high in protein and fat and sugar at a certain time. They said
so I think protein is good for you.
It's good for you, but at a certain time, brethren, you can eat it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? At a certain time of the night, you're supposed to switch off on what you eat. Yeah? Before you go to bed, them say...
night thing, okay.
Yeah.
I think you will generalize.
Before you go to bed, them say have as minimum as 250 calories.
Okay.
Yeah? Because anything your body can fight, you will wake up feel hot flushes. Feel like you sweat at night, you wake up and you think, why am I feel so? Certain food we have all MSG, where every minute you feel thirsty, you know you can't sleep, you can't switch off. You know what I mean? So back to the topic with the children. Parents need to be parents, and we need to let children be children.
Simple.
You know what I mean? In Jamaica they say don't cow them down, bridging. Don't cow them down, shout down, bar, don't discipline them how your parents used to discipline you for every little thing.
Yeah.
They can't even open them out.
You know see, but me think say that one of the next problem because
still bonafide. People for grow up tough, you know. Because if you don't grow up tough, that's why mental should stay you. That's how our parents grow up tough. That's why in England we can anger what the system are do to us.
Yeah, that's true.
We tough, isn't it?
Yeah.
How we grow tough and know so we feel mentally strong.
Yeah. True.
Take on the world.
Yeah. We never know so that them do, but that it happen.
Everything will catch him, they make a crumble. In the use street, you see me? But when you grow you tough and know say this is life. This is challenge a life, you have to take on life. And also when you have your own responsibility, you can't angle it, you can't go your youth soft. You have to go and make him know so
but what you understand when you say about tough.
When we say tough, you know, we talk about mentally, you know.
Mentally, yeah, but mentally you find alright.
Because that's how you break down if you're not mentally strong.
Yeah, but you find in some countries, right, a man loving to his mother and loving to his father, yeah, and the father and his mother speak to them the softest of way. You know, they call him darling, they call him my love. You know what I mean? Patient with them. But you find them are the toughest set of people too. Right? Because of the terrain. Yeah, it's not because of how you shout at them and how you what you call it, cow them down. Yeah? It's basically the environment where they live in, right? If they trip over and fall, it's the son, get up. You're a big man. You know what I'm saying? Boy, get up on your ball like a girl. Yeah? So what happen now, you find two things, right? When you grow them that way, and you shout at them, they grow up with less compassion. Less compassion, them heart tough.
Yeah.
You understand? So they see somebody are crying, them don't care about
Too
it.
tough.
Too tough. You understand? So you have to strike a balance. You have to strike a balance. You know what I mean? And the way as I say, oh my father and my mother brought us up, yeah, and discipline, we can't do the same with our children, especially here in England. Different mindset. Different mindset. You can't talk to them.
We don't know enough.
Look on a girl child. Look on a girl child, for example. Yeah? All you need for do. Hey, what me tell you for do? And you see them, daddy, okay.
Cry.
Yeah, it's different.
Man.
Yeah?
My daughter, them just look on them and them cry.
Aye, you don't even have to put your hand on them. You know what I mean? But then when you get angry at them, yeah, then you need to basically explain. So you've got me angry, and let me explain to you why you get me angry.
If I talk to them say you mean.
Because you do. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You know when we talk about tough. Yeah, if you say hey, right? You don't have to say hey, dirty girl.
No,
you know like how some mother did.
We now talk styling. We talk grow your youth. Where they're supposed to know, say, yo, life come with, you have to take on it for yourself at some particular time.
This is the real world, not Disney world.
This is the real world.
Yeah, not Disney world.
So everything don't come easy. I can give you now, but you have to have time, so I can't give you. You see me, so you have to grow your youth, and sometimes you have to take things from them to make them know, say, yo, and I say it going so easy to come. So you have to grow your youth in them particular way, so you have to grow. You can fend for yourself.
You can. But on the other hand,
I know say life, you have to take on life.
You see, sometimes
and learn by your own experience.
We have to have.
Because you have time now. Because remember, say daddy can't drop out, no mommy can't drop out, you know. So you have to go them for know, say yo, and so you have to try to take on life. Because we're not going to here forever.
We have to have something they call empathy as well.
You know, see, all over here, so some big women are all 40 and 50 and still live with their mothers. And still live with them parents. Because not take on life yet themselves. They can't go, they still live in a mommy home. They can't go, they go fend for themselves.
That depends as well.
That depends because they grow soft and weak.
Yeah, but that depends.
And I grow for
some people love them parents that much that they don't want to leave their parents home. But they're still working.
And laziness. That you can't fend for yourself.
Yeah, man. We sit up on the fence with that one.
Yeah,
the 50-50 that one.
One day, kind of nigga with that one. I want them upon the river on the bank. On the river on the bank.
You see, you can't go there and come back for your parents no matter how. You go there, go looking for your parents. Once a man, twice a child, because your parents can come back.
But when your parents reach a certain age, I don't advise it to leave the parents by themselves.
No, that's what you're talking about.
So that's why we have to.
But yo, you know, say you have some kids living at them parents' house, and at them age, they super quick, I say, and I give them parents cheek.
Yeah.
And at them one house, you know, you see me? And I talk to the parents can't talk to them in them one house, you know.
But that's another thing now.
That's
another thing. That's your upbringing.
You find. Is that big topic nowadays?